On to the sports, man. Let's get it, man. First, before we get into the conference finals and the finals matchup predictions and all of that, got to get into Bronny first. Now, we all for the past few weeks, the past month is about LeBron James' son. Bronny, you know what I'm saying? Bronny, is Bronny gonna do this? Bronny gonna get picked? Is he good enough to make it? And me personally, I'm gonna be honest. I do not think Bronny is garbage. I don't think he's a sloth player at all. I think Lil Bro got some game. Lil Bro can hoop. Lil Bro got some athleticism, some IQ, some intangibles. He got some little skills. He's a pretty decent shooter too. Like he ain't, but as far as just being just that elite guy that you can use on the floor and that just does something great. I don't know if he can do anything great right now that he's ready to take that next leap and take that next step to the NBA, right? He's just not ready. I feel like he should have went back to school, especially after missing a whole off season due to the cardiac arrest. And thank God he good enough to even still play sports after that shit happened, because that was scary. You know what I'm saying? So good thing that young nigga can hoop again, and he can hoop at the highest level again, but that did set him back. And like I said, he didn't look just that great. But if he just gonna get to the NBA off being just a look good and being LeBron James' son, it is what it is. The nepotism, I can't fight against it. Hell, I can't be mad at a black man doing it for his son. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was the other way around, if it was another race, we would have been championing the shit. We ought to been looking at it like it's adorable. Because a lot of these niggas' sons don't be hitting on shit. But one thing I will say about Bronny and LeBron James, about trying to make, as far as Bronny being himself, taking the heat unfairly, yes, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? He has a right to feel like that. He a young nigga. He don't deserve no hate that he getting because of who his dad is. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put him to the side. But as far as his pops though, LeBron, you gotta take some accountability for how the media is treating him, because we not finna sit up here and act like you want the one who tweeted, man, I'm watching some of these niggas in the NBA right now. My son kill these niggas. You remember when you said that, bro. So when you say certain and it's just like you brag on your son a lot as far as how good he is and how good he can be. So ultimately, LeBron, your son didn't put that pressure on him. You put that pressure on him. He already had hella pressure on him just because you are LeBron James and he is your son. So that just was gonna come with a lot of scrutiny, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of bullshit anyway in this social media era. That just would come with it. But you didn't help by being on your LeVar Ball shit. I don't mind y'all being supportive black fathers. I fuck with that. I wish I had one when I was a young nigga of that age and just coming up, period. So I salute the fatherhood aspect of it. But just as a man being accountable, LeBron, you put that on yourself, bro. And you put that on your son unfairly when you were tweeting shit like, I feel like he'll serve some of these motherfuckers. Some of these motherfuckers ain't as good as my son, but it's like, these are grown men you talking about. So when you saying my son can spank some of these grown men ass, this before he even graduated high school. So if you think your son that good, and then he go to USC only average 4, like I said, cardiac arrest, that had a little something to do with it, but it's still like he didn't show enough. That's why I'm like, he probably should have went back to school, because that NIL money would have been crazy, especially with him transferring. But I don't know if that fit the narrative of what LeBron trying to do. Like I said, it's still hard to tell is if Bronny want to do half of this shit, or is it Bron and, you know what I'm saying, Clutch Sports and Rich Paul doing most of this shit for him. Is it something this young nigga really want to do, or is it something that they doing? Like, that's what it gonna come down to. Is it something that this young nigga really want to do for himself and his life, or is this something that Bron and his people want to happen? So it's one thing, cause I felt like I said the young nigga should have went back to school, but if you can go to the NBA, I guess you can still get picked. I'll be LeBron James' son. Hey, I don't know. I just don't feel like. I think they just doing it for him, because like, why you skipping workouts and you only want to get picked for the sons of the Lakers? So it's kind of like, damn, strings are being pulled pretty much, but is it them controlling the narrative like they always done with it being LeBron James? Is he trying to do it with his own son? And if he is, he's going to be making a mistake doing it. Like I said, I like the young nigga, like his attitude. I think he's a humble kid. Just to be a nigga, to be LeBron James' son, he's hella humble. He's hella humble. So I don't dislike the kid. I think dude got game. I just don't think he's ready. And I don't think he's as great as LeBron trying to make him out to be. You know me, I think the little brother gonna be that one. You know what I'm saying? Hell, even Lil Zuri, the little sister, might be that one. You never know. I just don't think it's Bronny. I think he's a good player. I just don't think he's a great player, how people trying to say it. And if he does becoming a great player, or a great player in his role, he's gonna have to get more development. And like I said, if he do get picked up, hopefully he gets developed on the right team. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I gotta say about that. Last but not least, we got the finals predictions. You know what I'm saying? Boston then swept Indiana, clean sweep, like I knew they would, and like I knew they fucking should. Thank y'all, Boston, for not blowing it. Thank you for not blowing it. I wish the Mavericks would have took care of business, but they kind of blew it. Luka and Kyrie didn't have the best game, so it's 3-1 right now. I think they gonna end it tonight, though. I think they're gonna end it tonight. I think Jaden McDaniels made a mistake post game in game 4. Like, you should have just said taking it one game at a time. Like, you've been playing good defense, but you ain't been playing good enough offense and carrying your team enough to make that statement. Like, this Luke and Kyrie we talking about, like, they could easily crank it up on the road, and y'all have not been good at home. Not even in this series. Like, even against Denver, Minnesota was not good at home. So I think he should be a little careful with that. He better play his ass off tonight since he talking like that. But I do got the Mavericks winning tonight. At worst, 6 games. It's not going to 7. I don't think Luke and Kyrie gonna let the Timberwolves do all that. Them young niggas ain't ready. They fell behind. They too deep in the hole. They're not coming back. They're not coming back on Luke and Kyrie. It's not happening. So what we got is a Dallas and a Boston finals matchup, right? If I had to pick, like, I don't mind. Like I said, as a Lakers fan, I hate the fucking Celtics. I don't like the Celtics whatsoever. But I do fuck with a few of the players on the team. I hate the franchise. Like I said, I gotta hate I'm a Lakers fan. I hate the franchise. But I'm a Jason Tatum fan. I fuck with Brown. I fuck with Drew Holiday. Like, I wouldn't mind if Tatum beat that narrative of not being able to win the big thing. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind it. And it's something, you know, it might be JT and JB time to go on, get over that hump. But just as far as on paper, like, the matchups, right? Like, if Porzingis come back healthy, and we seen when Keebler came back, he wasn't the same for the Mavericks. So it's gonna take Porzingis a game or two to get in the rhythm, but it's better to have him fully healthy, just getting the rust off rather than rushing him back. So like the Pacers put on a good couple games. They put up a fight, but at the end of the day, they still got swept. So Porzingis was able to rest himself, and that's how you know Boston is that good of a team to where they can rest, like, on they third best player, and on some nights he they second best player. Porzingis, if you can rest him and sweep a decent team like Indy, a high scoring team like Indy, and your big guy can rest, that's gonna do dividends. But like I said, we all know it's about matchups, right? So if you talk about matchups, you'll think the Timberwolves is more equipped to deal with Boston's athleticism and length and all of that, because they got 2 big guys and they got versatile defenders and they got a scorer. But also you gotta look at Dallas, where they got 2 closers, they got 2 superstars, they got 2 guys that's gonna seal the deal. So they offense on any given night can get over anybody. But I do think, as far as the inconsistencies Kyrie has had, and I don't think that's due to him. Some games he was off, and I don't think that's due to him not being able to beat Kyrie. I just think he's been just getting the teammates more confident, getting their shots up, making sure they get confidence the further they go into the playoffs. So I feel like Kyrie gonna have to stay in killer mode. So I ain't gonna call him inconsistent. I just think that's just a mindset thing over certain series. Because even during this series, I want to say this whole playoffs, he's only averaging like 22, 23. So it ain't like he been going crazy. He's been playing like a real point guard though. But I feel like in the finals, he will look to be more aggressive. He will look to be a little more selfish, and not in a bad way, but at the moments you need your big guys to step up, and we all know Kyrie gonna let his nuts hang when the stage is bright and when the chips is on the line, dog. When it's Imano, we know Kyrie ain't ducking no fades. So I think it's gonna be a great finals matchup. Like I said, on paper, the Celtics should dominate, but they won't. This gonna go to 6 or 7 games, in my opinion. I wish the Mavericks would have swept the Minnesota Timberwolves so they can go and rest up for the Celtics, because the Celtics for sure resting up. They resting up. We all know. And then the finals, like the home games and away games is different. First 2 gonna be at Boston. The next 3 gonna be in Dallas. Then the last 2 gonna be in Boston. So it's advantages and disadvantages of both ways. But we all know the Mavericks not scared of going on the road. And we do know Boston will slip up at home once. So like I said, I want to give it to Boston. If I got to choose, I think Boston will win. But I definitely would not be surprised if Luka get his first ring with the help of Kyrie getting his second. Because if them boys, if they consistent the whole series, like I said, you got to beat Boston 4 times. That's going to be hard because, like I said, they've been the best team all fucking year. The most complete, the most deep team. You know what I'm saying? They got 2, and they got a superstar with another damn near superstar who's making $300 million. So and like I said, they got the deepest team in the league. So it's kind of hard to see them not winning, but you got 2 dogs, bro. When you got not 1 but 2 dogs in the backcourt, that's gonna always give you a chance in any given series. Like I said, they got the better coach, they got the better superstar, and they got the better co-star. So that may very well all Dallas need to fucking win. But like I said, Lively gonna have to play out his mind, especially against Porzingis defensively. Cleveland gonna have to get his rhythm going. Like I said, luckily he got this series to get his rhythm back against Minnesota, so he can come back and step in. But they have to use him smart. But Lively is really gonna have to step up if Porzingis comes in and get his rhythm back. Derrick Jones guarding Tatum. Tatum should win that matchup. Who guarding JB? See, that's gonna be the thing. Jaylen Brown, like, who gonna guard JB? Because I know they're gonna put Derrick Jones on Tatum probably, or they might put him on JB though. I think it just depends on those matchups, those wing matchups. Because like I said, I don't know if they just have that great wing defender like they once did in Dorian Finney-Smith, so that could impact them in the finals. But we gonna see. They might just be so hot offensively between Kyrie, Luka, and them just giving their other teammates confidence. Like PJ Washington might start back doing what he was doing against OKC. You know what I'm saying? He might just start back on that wave doing his thing. So it's all about how they gonna respond and how they gonna help their 2 co-stars. So if they do that, then it'll be a good series. They can possibly win it. But like I said, Boston has been there before. Like I said, Kyrie been there before too. Jason Kidd, he has won as a player with the Mavericks. You know what I'm saying? And Luka has been to the Western, you know, all that shit. So niggas got experience. It ain't like they little pups over there. It ain't like they'll be the Timberwolves. But the Celtics have been to the conference finals 5 or 6 times, and it's like their second time going to the finals. So in the last few years, so it should be their time. So if I got to pick, I pick Boston to win. Unfortunately, as a Laker fan, I got to say it. I'm just speaking from logic, though, you know. So, but that's all I got for today's episode, though, man. Hope y'all enjoy it. Watch, like, comment, subscribe, interact with a nigga. Let me know what y'all think on all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments. You can let me know on social media. But y'all know how it is. Y'all know where to follow me, as I already displayed everywhere. But until episode 5, man, Key Deshaun, locked in with Key. We gone.